Good morning, everybody. I'm Paula. I am a transformational self-love coach and light language channel. And today I wanted to come on and talk about something that has been coming up on a deeper level for me over the last couple of weeks, and that is around judgment. Now, I'm recording this on the 20th of October, which is hard to even believe that we are this far into the year. It has gone by at such high speed, and I know we have had that powerful full moon as well this week, but I think certainly leading up to that, for me, and I know many others, have been going into those deeper layers, readdressing things that we thought we had cleared, but it's in there, as we know, there's many layers, so there has been more to look at. And certainly for me, judgment and frustration is something that's been coming up for me to go in and meet and acknowledge on a deeper level. And I think with judgment, it's one of the biggest things I think that we have to really clear, to face, because I think we do it automatically in our everyday lives, in every moment, whether we're actually making a judgment, albeit a good judgment, or a not so good judgment. It's, in a way, it's also part of our own discernment in certain situations, which is good to have. But then also judgment can come, as we know, where we very much project our own wounding in the external world, whether that is on other people, other situations, and we don't realise that actually ultimately we are still judging ourselves, but we don't realise how much we are still judging ourselves, which then leads that perpetual behaviour of where we can always be judging other people. And I know for me, that is something that I had to hugely meet within myself when I started the I Love You Me training in 2020, was to really go in and face all of the parts of me that had really been so unkind to myself every day in everything that I judged and criticised about myself. And I think for all of us, depending on the environment that maybe you were brought up in, if it was quite a judgmental or critical environment, we can very much turn that in on ourselves and believe ourselves to be XYZ, which is ultimately, a feeling of maybe not good enough, not worthy, not lovable, all of those things that we can internalize. And we go through our lives, as we know, unconsciously projecting all of that wounding. So we have to keep bringing it back into ourselves, to keep going in and meeting the parts of us that are still judging ourselves, and what it is that we also fear around all of that judgment. Do we fear we will be abandoned, rejected, not liked, not loved? So it's really coming into a deeper place of acceptance within ourselves, so that we don't go out in our world constantly also projecting, being critical or judgmental of people we see, situations we're faced with. And it doesn't mean to say that we're necessarily unkind with that judgment. I know for me, it's certainly not something that I would voice, but I'm very aware still in certain situations where an automatic thought can drop in where it's a judgment, where I have to really then check in with myself and really notice the judgment, being aware, okay, I see what you did there, but then being able to forgive yourself, bring compassion, and just make a different choice. Hold yourself accountable for the thoughts and behaviours, and bringing in more love. So I know this is a biggie for all of us, really, to consistently work on. And you only have to look at social media as a space that is so full of judgment and opinionated, critical people. And I think this is where we really do have to start taking more responsibility. And I think there's enough chaos, uncertainty in the world, where what we need now is more kindness and love. So it's really being able to, as I say, be a bit more mindful and devotional about these behaviours, even though I know often they can be so ingrained because it's such a pattern. But it is time to really bring greater self-awareness to that, to see what we're doing and where is that judgmental part of you in the body. Who is he, she inside of you that actually needs your love, so that maybe that part of you will feel more accepted and there will be less need to project that judgment externally. So the transmission that I'm going to bring through today is to assist us with that judgment. And as always, before I do come on and do any call or any session that I facilitate, I always set the space. I set up a crystal grid, and I do that as well for these videos. So very interestingly today, the grid that has that I've set up today is all white. We have selenite, apophyllite, and white calcite. So yeah, very interesting choice of colour. More purity is what's coming to mind. So if you would like to receive this transmission, maybe as you just settle into the space that you're in, closing your eyes and maybe just taking a moment to feel into, is there a part of you that is judging yourself right now? And what is it in those judgments? What is it that you're really feeling? And maybe just bring in that more mindfulness to your daily life and how you do interact with others and the world around you. What is your thoughts? You know, are you finding yourself being quite critical, or, you know, or judgmental of other people? And often, you know, it can also be where maybe we might, for example, judge somebody for being too much, all of that conditioning, but actually, you know, that can be also because there's a part of us that is still keeping ourselves small, still fearing being fully ourselves in all of our expression, because there's a fear of judgment or rejection around that. So actually, if we go out and see people that are very much in that space of fully being who they are, sometimes, you know, we can judge or criticize that, because that is actually how we would like to be. Equally, you know, when we judge people for, you know, more negative emotions, is really or behaviors, is really checking in with okay, if this is being highlighted to me, where is that within myself? Just so that you can also acknowledge that and bring love to that as well. So, so just allowing yourself to close your eyes. And you might like to put a hand on your heart and just feel into the body. And if you do have any thoughts that drop in around maybe a situation or with a particular person where you do find yourself being quite judgmental, just noting that, forgiving yourself, but then also bringing that back into where am I judging myself right now? Where are you not fully owning and accepting all that you are and all that you came here to be? And just allowing whatever you might sense or feel around that, any sensations in the body. Maybe you get a sense of an age of you or a past you that maybe felt judged. So just breathe into that. And just feeling into what it is that you need. What does this you that judges, that feels judged, that is judging herself, himself, what do they need? And just allowing yourself to just receive this now, to assist you in bringing in more love and compassion for yourself and allowing those judgments to be released, to let go. And whatever else is needed for the highest good right now. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Tiatuk uretuk a ishkararkarianata kiamokoena maita tutariasanata kiamokoena maitka ara komaisanata koshkaradadadadadada kipukutukrianna ishkaradadadadadada iamotu urta a ishkara Yanatara sanata kiapokokoko yanamatatata kiartkriannasa iashtk artk uyetk a iamai itk uyanamata ishkadadadadadada ishkadadadadadada kiapakatikriannasa iamaria nosso not oriat ai ishta kianatkatikrian niatikrian tu yanamata. Ishai it urta ana. Hiamakai tu uyanamasa. Ipaka nata. Ipaka nata. Tushaita. Nyamata tata. Kipakatikrianata. Kipakatikrianata. Yashanai it ut it et a. Ut it et a. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Nia Maria sonut kuriet ait a. Nut at it et ut a. Nut ut it ut a. Shoo shoo shoo. Kia tukuria nasai itka amma. Nia mushkia nata. Kia tukuria nasa. Nia mutu urta ta a. Ia ta 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 ta. Ia ta 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 ta. Ia ta 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 ta. Shoo shoo shoo. The dragons are coming in. Nia Maria Sanata. Nia Maria Sanata. Nia Maria Sanata. Tokai ishka tarata amma. It ud et a. Ud it a. Shoo shoo. Nia Moria Sanata. Nia Moria Sanata. Nia Moria Sanata. Ik a ik ek a. ik etk utk itk etk utk a. Itk etk utk itk etk utk a. Itk etk utk itk etk utk a. Iat ai itk etk utk a. Ia shanna ta 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 ta. Ia Maria sanata. Ia Maria sanata. Kia pukukoko e na matatatatata. Kia pukukoko e na matatatatata. Kia pukukoko e na matatatatata. Isha sanata. Isha sanata. Kia mokotukadianasa. Kia botukadianasa. Nia botukadianasa. Nia tikadiana. Nia tikadiana. Nia tikadiana. Nia tikadiana. Ut it a. Ut it ut a. Shoo shoo shoo. Nuoriana itka aret ko uyana masa. Ishai it ut a. It ut a. Shoo shoo shoo. Niamu tukukukukuena matatatatata. Yaratukutikriana. Yamu kuena maisa. Yatatatatata. Kiapotukutikriana. Yamaratukutikriana. Yashukukukukukuya. Tititititititi. Tututututututu. Tititititititutututututututututututu. Kiapokutikriana. Niamu ratukutatata. Yama tutu ayatakatakatika. Nia putukatikiana. Yama rea tutu ayatakatakatikana. Yamu tutu tutetetete. Ya tutu tutetetete. Tukutakatikiana. Tikatikiana. Tikatikiana. Tarutukatikiana. Tutu tutetetete. Tutu tutetetete. Tutu tutetetete. Dia tututututua. Nia Maria tukukukukoyana maita. Nia ratukutikdiana. Nia mutukukukukukuwa. Ya ratukutikdiana. Kia tukutikdiana. Tu. Tu. Tikadikadikadiga. Tikadikadiana. Tikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadikadik Maria Sanna, Totaria Sakai it ut it et ut a. It et ut it et ut a. It et ut it et ut a. Koreana Sanna, Totaria Sanata, Totaria Sanata, Totaria Sanata, Kia Koaisha, Kia Koaisha, Totaria Sanata, Totaria Sanata, Totaria Sanata, Koka Kai Ika, 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 Koka Kai Ika. Shoo, shoo. Niamasanata. Ishtk artk utk itk etk utk itk etk utk a. 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 Shoo, shoo, shoo. Doisha, 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 Adonai, Ie, Akai, Ika, Kopata'a, 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 Na, Ta. Doisha, 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 Adonai, Ie, Akai, Ika, Kopata'a, 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 Na, Ta. Doisha, 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 Adonai, Ie, Akai, Ika, Kopata'a, 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 Na, Ta. Shoo. Shoo. Thank you. So I hope you felt that clearing, and the fairies came in as well to bring in the joy, because it certainly can feel quite heavy at times when we're on this path and we're doing this clearing. And so I love when the fairies come in just to bring in that element of joy and play, and to remind us to bring in more joy and play in our life, just to lighten things up, to help us to move through all of our stuff with a little bit more ease and grace. So I hope that helped. Let me know how that was for you. And if anybody would like to join my online monthly meditation, that is tomorrow at 7 o'clock. It's on Zoom and it is recorded. So if you can't make it live, you will have the recording, but it's also really helpful to be able to listen to the recording throughout the month, just to take you on a deeper journey. You can have then a different experience each time that you listen to it, a deeper clearing. And the calls are for about an hour and a half. The more that I have done them, they have increased in time and potency. But I take you on a journey down through the energy centers of the body, bringing through the powerful light language transmissions at each energy center to bring in a clearing and an activation. So it is a very a deep, powerful healing that you will receive from those sacred containers. So if you would like to join us, there is a link in the bio, but I'll also put a link below as well if you would like to join us tomorrow. But anyway, thank you for joining me today, and I hope that you can bring a little bit more awareness to your own judgmental self, where you are still judging yourself, what it is that you need to bring in more awareness and forgiveness, so that you can also bring a little bit more awareness to any patterning of where you're maybe quick to judge in the external as well. So as you go into this week, be kind to yourself, bring in more love for yourself, and sending you so much love and blessings. Thank you for joining me.